Hello students, today we will solve the next illustration number 9. See the question. Mr. Prakash submit the following particulars, compute his taxable income and liability for the assessment year 2020-21. So first one is gross salary income rupees 2,50,000, professional tax paid rupees 2,400, rent from house property rupees 6,000 per month, municipal tax paid thereon rupees 3,000 per annum. Income from the business before allowing the following deductions rupees 1,50,000. In that salary to staff rupees 3,000, interest on capital rupees 2,000, salary to proprietor rupees 25,000, income tax rupees 10,000, bad debt rupees 2,000. Next, fourth one, long term capital gain from the sale of share of State Bank of India rupees 5,000. His other incomes are under that first one, interest on post office saving bank account rupees 4,000, interest on bank deposit rupees 5,000, interest on bank SB account rupees 12,000, amount withdrawn from PPF rupees 50,000. He made the following payments during the previous year: donation to Mangalore University rupees 10,000, medical insurance premium paid by check rupees 3,000, LIC premium on his life rupees 10,000 and his married daughter's life rupees 8,000, tuition fee paid for 2 children rupees 10,000. So with this information we have to compute the taxable income. So this question is asked for the year 2018 question paper, BCom question paper. We'll see the question. Gross salary income is given. So when they give gross salary, we have to provide standard deduction 50,000 and even professional tax paid is given. So this 2,400 is deductible. So two deduction 50,000 and 2,400. Next, rent from house property 6,000 per month is given. So this similar type of question we have already solved. So rent from house property 6,000 per month. So we have to take 6,000 into 12. It comes to 72,000. So that is nothing but gross annual value. If municipal tax paid is given, then we have to deduct. So municipal tax paid 3,000 per annum is given. So this one we have to deduct from gross annual value. So we will arrive at annual value. From annual value we can deduct two deduction, that is standard deduction at 30% and interest on housing loan. So here standard deduction at 30% you can take and interest on housing loan is not given in this question, so nil. So balance is a taxable income from house property. Next they have given is income from business before allowing following deduction. So this is the income from business, but this income is not included these expenditures. If these expenditure allowed for this business, then we have to deduct from this business income. So salary to staff is allowed business expenditure, so it has to be deducted. Interest on capital is not deducted. Salary to proprietor not deducted. Income tax not deducted. Bad debt is deducted. So two amount we have to deduct: salary to staff and bad debt. So the balance income is the income from business. Next one, long-term capital gain from sale of shares of State Bank of India. Long-term capital gain from sale of shares is exempt under section 1038. It is exempt under section 1038. 10 subsection 38. Shares are exempt under section 1038. So the 5,000 amount is exempt. Next, his other incomes: interest on post office saving bank account, POSB account. It is the income from other source up to 3,500 exempt. So balance 500 is taxable here. 500 amount is taxable under the head income from other source. Interest on bank deposit. He received interest from bank deposit. That is his income from other source is fully taxable. Interest on bank SB account. Bank SB account also taxable under the section income from other source, section 56. Amount withdrawn from PPF. Amount withdrawn from PPF is exempt here. It is not taxable. Amount withdrawn from PPF is not taxable. It is exempt. So under the head other source we have to take 500 is a post office saving bank account, 5,000 interest on bank deposit, 12,000 interest on bank SB account, and withdrawn from PPF is exempt. But for the interest on POSB account and bank SB account, we can claim deduction under section 80 TTA, that is maximum 10,000 can claim. So here total deduction how much? 12,000 plus 500. So there is a 12,500. So actual 12,500 or 10,000, whichever is less we have to take. So while claiming deduction, we have to write interest on POSB account 500, interest on bank SB account 12,000. So total 12,500 or 10,000, whichever is less. So that is nothing but 10,000 we have to write. So this solution you only solve. I will just explain here. Next, he made the following payments during the previous year in that donation to Mangalore University. So here this deduction can be claimed under section 80G, that is without limit 100%. Mangalore University deduction without limit 100%. Medical insurance premium paid by check 80D deduction can be claimed maximum 25,000. LIC premium paid on his life 10,000 and married daughter's life 8,000. So daughter, married or unmarried, it can be claimed under section 80C. So 10,000 plus 8,000, 18,000 deduction can be claimed under 80C. Tuition fees paid for 2 children. So that is 10,000 is given. So tuition fees paid for 2 children can be deductible under section 80C. So under 80C, how many deduction? 10 plus 8, 18,000 plus 10,000. 3 deduction. 80D 3,000, 80G 10,000 and 80 TTA we have to take. Any other? So no other deduction. So with the help of that we have to compute the total income and you have to find the tax liability. Here long term capital gain is exempt, so no need to take long term capital gain tax part. Directly we have to apply the tax slab.